Hey guys, Marcio here with Hog Addiction Barbecue. Cooking today with B&B charcoal. Actually today we're using char logs on our tribal fire grill. And so today what we have here is triple tail. For you that don't know what triple tail fish is, triple tail is a fish this is wild caught. I bought it right off the, purchased right off the dock in our town. And so triple tail, most people know them because fishermen look for shade spots on the middle of the ocean, and sometimes the buoys that marks the areas on the ocean, you see them laying right next to the water, and that's how they catch them. They're just laying right there. It almost looks like a leaf. So triple tail is not a very fishy fish, strong taste, and what I took it very simple here, and the reason I separate it, I wanted to have an even cook, and this is a fillet, and so I separated the belly side, and I'm gonna take that to the side, same thing here, and I'm gonna cook this right here. If I'm trying to serve a dish and I don't want it crispy ends on it, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat this fish super simple. I'm not gonna overkill. I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. It's a super mild fish. Some people love this thing. This is probably one of my favorite fish. I'm not a big guy when it comes to super strong fish flavor. We got a little salt. We're gonna do a little black pepper right there. While we let this rest, we're gonna get into our pasta. I cooked my pasta for about 2 minutes, and so I don't want to cook it too long because I'm still going to toss it around with some garlic. I'm going to toss it around with a little heavy cream, and this is a simple process that I'm going to keep it. I'm going to teach you guys. We're going to do a lot of garlic, and look, if you love garlic, this is the recipe right here. We're going to take a little salt. We're going to add a little salt to it, and what the salt's going to do is going to help me break this garlic down. I did not add any salt to this pasta when I was cooking. I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper. And my goal here is to get this garlic to a very consistent paste. We're gonna toss it on that wok. We've got them char logs running super hot, and that's what I want. I want to char this garlic. Hear that gooiness of that garlic going? That's what we want. There we go. We are ready for the wok. So what we're gonna do at the wok, we're gonna toss our noodles. I'm gonna walk over some of my ingredients. My garlic is ready, is into a paste consistency. That's what I'm looking for. We're gonna toss some butter. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of butter, which I think it's plenty. We're gonna leave this on the side. Let's walk over here, get it done. Here we go. Gosh, I can't say enough about char logs. Look how high this wok is. Probably about 10 inches from the fire, and it's sizzling. We're gonna toss that butter in there. Listen to that. We're gonna take our butter, we're gonna let it get it melted here. We're gonna add that garlic immediately. And listen to that. I want that garlic to burn a little bit. There's a borderline that I'm looking for, and I'm gonna cool it down with the heavy milk. I don't want it to burn it too much. We got some chives here we're gonna add on to the pasta to get. Look at this. This is what I'm looking for right here. I love garlic. I don't know if y'all love garlic as much as I do, but I think garlic is #1 seasoning. Garlic, salt, and pepper. It's amazing. All right, now that we got our garlic, you can see the color of it. Got a little brownish color to it. We're gonna add our heavy cream. And what this is gonna do is gonna Gonna cool down that garlic, stop from cooking, cool down our wok, and then we're gonna toss about 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream. We're gonna toss our pasta in here. This should be pretty quick. That wok, y'all, it's super hot, as you can hear. Charlog's just killing it. Here we go. I'm gonna toss it around. There's no secret on this method here. It's just, I'm trying to get all the cream to hit every square inch of this pasta. I'm gonna add a little more cream. I had a little more pasta than there you go. I always like to add it to the side of the wok so it gets, you hear that sizzling. All right, we're gonna add some chives. Here we go. We're gonna let this rest, and we're gonna get right to our fillets. We're gonna cook them right directly on this flat top on the tribal grill. It's sizzling hot, it's good. We got our pasta ready. Now, next one we're gonna do onto our crust for our triple tail. So on our crust, we're gonna be using Parmesan cheese, okay? We're gonna be using capers, of course, horseradish. And so I'm gonna start by using, let's not forget, our crumbs. I'm gonna use this is just plain panko breadcrumbs, okay? Super plain, no salt, garlic, or anything on it. I'm gonna start by using a 1/2 cup of that. It's gonna be just a little over what I need to cover those fillets. I'm gonna add here. Finish up right there. Then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Oh my goodness, those things are loud. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And what this is gonna do is gonna help bond my crust together. There we go. Now, onto the horseradish. So this is what I like to do with the horseradish, which is sometimes I use the fluid that comes out of here into it, but I'll take it and I'll drain it right there. This is about a quarter cup of it, and we're gonna take it and put it right here. Don't look like it has any fluids, right? But look at this. So that's gonna help take a little bit of the strength of the horseradish away so it doesn't overwhelm the fish. We do want the flavor of the horseradish, but we don't want it to take over the whole, since triple tail is a super, super mild fish. And this will also help keep our crumbs from being soggy. All right, we're gonna add that to it. We're gonna toss it around. Make sure we get it everywhere. There you go. It really is, you know, it seems messy, but using your hand, you can really get in there and trying to get that horseradish really blend into those crumbs and have an even coat. This is the consistency you want to look for right there. Not that we're doing anything round with it, molding into anything, but our ultimate goal here is to get a pad to put on that fish. So then we're gonna add a few capers. And we can use the strainer to get some of the juice out. Capers got that little tang, that little vinegar. It's perfect for this dish. We're not gonna add a ton of them, just enough to blend in with all of our other ingredients right here. And now next, we're gonna let this rest a little bit, and then we're going to the grill. We're gonna put this fish on and get it to sizzling. Now next, here's our fish. So what I've got going on here, Tribal is running pretty hot. Char logs, this top is running at 450 degrees right now. That's what you want. I want a crust on that fish. I really want it to sizzle well and cook. So I want to cook fast. It's a very thin fillet. I'm not looking to let it sit on the grill way too long. So we're gonna get that fish in here first. We're gonna cook the fish, and then next we're gonna do since the fish takes a little longer, you're probably looking at 4 or 5 minutes on the fish, and then we'll add our crust last. We're gonna take our fish out, put our crust on, get it done. And let's go ahead and lay this baby in here. I'm gonna add a little olive oil. And we're gonna see some flames. There they are. I'm gonna add this fish in here. Listen to that. Gonna add a little bit on this side. We're gonna add a little bit on the back so it gets under that fish. Cooking on the Tribal, the plate slant to the inside so you can see all of that sizzling on the edge. It's just gonna kill it. We're gonna let it cook for a few minutes. We're gonna turn it over, then we're gonna let it rest. We got this fish over here for about a couple minutes now, so we're gonna try it to flip one over and see what the color is. I'm gonna use this scraper under so I don't lose any fish into my plate. We're gonna see how it looks. Look at that. Maybe another minute or so for the other one before we flip. We're gonna get our surface here with a little olive oil, little golden. That's what we're looking for, a little bit of more char. We're gonna wait for this one to turn. And it's always good when you're cooking to have 3 or 4 pieces of meat or fish. Flip one over, not all of them. You see if the color's to where you want. If it's not, then you can judge based on that. And then if you have 10 or 12 to cook, now you know that's gonna be another 3, 4 minutes on each side. So we gave it a little more time on this fillet, and let's see what we got here. Boom, that's perfect. That's what we're looking for. Got a super crispy edge. Got a little more olive oil to it. Gonna help cook a little faster and keep it from sticking on that surface. Now our fish is ready. So we're gonna take it out, we're gonna let it rest. We're gonna start on the crust. Now I'm taking them out. They're still gonna continue to cook a little bit. This pan is hot, it's sitting over the coals, the char logs. Oh yeah. Now, just a little trick for the coverage on the fish size. You can use your spatula. I'll put my thumb there, and I know that I need about that much of surface to cover a fish. My goal here is to get this crust even throughout that fish. So I'm gonna have about a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch crust. I'm gonna measure with the spatula, kind of trying to imitate the size of that fish. So I'm gonna just put a little olive oil down. We're gonna throw a handful of this crumbs in here. Woo, fire. How about that? That's char logs, baby. We've been running this grill for about a good straight hour, and my heat from char logs have not changed. It's been perfect. So this is the best to use when it comes to a longer cook. That's why we choose to use char logs. We also use char logs on a lot of other things that we do when we cook whole hogs. It gives us a lot more time to rest because it burns longer than any other product out there. So what we're looking here to do is just crisp up this crust. As you can see, I'm molding, And I kind of remember my size is right to the end of those little holes right there. We'll cover that fish. It's gonna cook pretty fast. We're gonna try to flip this, and then we're gonna apply it to that little trick with the spatula is to flip this so you don't lose the whole thing. Now the cheese in there is playing a good part of keeping this together. So we're gonna try to go under it. We're gonna pat it down just a little bit, all right? And then you use your spatula, flip it, right there. So we're gonna do it again. You flip your spatula this way, and out we go. Look at that. Add a little more oil to keep it from sticking, and we may get a little fire from this again, huh? That's it. So we're gonna, once this gets done, we're gonna put it on the fish and plate it, and we can't wait to show you guys. So we're ready with our crust. We're gonna use the same process that we did. We're gonna take it, set on the fish. Now it kind of holds itself together. Look at that. And we go again to the next fillet. We're gonna clean our grill, plate this together. So now our crust is ready on our fish. It's beautiful. It's exactly what we're looking for. We've got our noodles here. We're gonna go ahead and plate it. So I'm gonna start this. If you're doing a single plate, I'm gonna do a nice bed of noodles. And then we're gonna take our fish. And we're gonna go right on top of it. And there you have it.